Hello everybody and welcome to this update video. My name is Martin. I am an Inkscape developer hoping to develop features and fixes for everyday Inkscape users. Thank you for joining me for this week's update. First of all, as always, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all of the people that support my work, that allow me to do all of the work that I do during the week. We're up to being able to commit 10 hours a week to doing Inkscape work, which is great. We are heading in towards doing more fixes. So in the next few update weeks, you're probably going to see me reporting more crash fixes and other fixes that we were doing. But hopefully these videos will still be interesting to you, so you can see the progress that we're making towards the release. So what have I got for you this week? So this week we are, do you remember last year when I was talking about what we would do after doing the multi-page work? And the vast majority of the people that voted, both on Twitter and on Patreon, all said that they would like more attention given to the user experience. So I took that on board and I decided to pay attention to the toolbar on the side. And it's having some troubles because of the way that the widgets are flowing, and I wanted to make it prettier and easier to control. And so what I did was I spent a lot of time, and this may be a little bit more like futzing, but I spent time trying to make the widgets behave in a more structured way so that they flowed in a better way. And I think I managed to achieve that. So I managed to make it so that you can resize the toolbar. They flow in categories. It does use a scroll bar now, and it looks quite nice. And also, because we have so many new tools coming in, I've edited the preferences so that the way you turn on and off the toolbar buttons is nice and pretty as well. It uses the same categories. A couple of other fellow developers have been involved. Mike Hov has been involved in trying to improve this dialogue on these widgets as well. Javier is actually working on a branch that allows you to dock some of the regular docks underneath the toolbar. Actually, it's actually called the toolbox. So underneath the toolbox. And I'm sure that will be very interesting to some people because of the way that they want to lay out their Inkscape. But you can have a go now if you want to see like how the resizing feels, because it's really about feel. I did get back to the multi-page work. There's a whole bunch of stuff that needed to be fixed as people reported problems. Thank you to everybody who's been testing the latest development builds and giving me feedback on the problems. There was, however, one thing that was seemingly very important, which is that we were missing the ability to import multi-page documents. I know I didn't say I said I was going to not add new features because it was kind of done. But I felt like not being able to import a multi-page PDF into an existing document was a problem. So what I've done is I've actually added in the functionality so that when you import something that has multiple pages, it adds those pages next to the pages you already have. I think that should be the behavior that people expect. I might make it optional. The work is ongoing because the actual transformations that happen when you import things as opposed to just opening them as a new file. I did actually fix a crash with the copying of blurs. So if you had a group that had a blur and you copied it, Inkscape was breaking. I actually caused that error when I fixed a previous problem. So it was good to get that fixed. I also have brought the connectors functionality up to date. The connectors branch from last year is still live. It's just that over time, Inkscape is going through reform and people are cleaning up code all the time. So bringing it up to date means that you make it easier. When we get funding in for finishing the connectors tool, we'll be able to pick up the work more quickly and hopefully be able to sort of polish it off and actually get it merged in. keeping that up to date will be an ongoing process, just so that we don't end up getting too far behind, because there's this thing called bit rotting, where if a modification is too old, it becomes too hard to reintegrate into the core functionality. It's one of the reasons why, if you're a corporation and you want to fork a piece of open source software, it's actually quite expensive, because the longer you maintain your fork, the harder it is to reintegrate changes from the two ends of the fork. And this is the same situation here, where the connectors tool functionality is just floating, waiting for completion, and so it needs to be reintegrated periodically. But that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Please comment below. Pass this along to people who you think might be interested in supporting an Inkscape developer. And I'll see you all next week.